Lin Tian traveled through the world of comprehensive martial arts and became the 8th disciple of Zhang Sanfeng. Reading over 10,000 volumes, bound to the poetry reading system. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving the reward. Great River Sword Intention, ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving the reward. Haoran Sword Qi. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem, reward. Dharma Heaven, Elephant Earth, ding, congratulations to the host. Received a reward of 10,000 years of cultivation. Nangong Pushe. In this life, I have determined that you are my husband. Snow Moon Sword Immortal Li Hanyi. I have a sword named Moon Evening Flower Morning. The sword intent of Lin Tian's great river came out. Li Hanyi. Please pass on my supreme swordsmanship, young master. Sword God Li Chungang. My sword opened the heavenly gate and was broken by his sword. He is the god of sword. Which Wan Wan? Young master, don't refuse me. Demon Lord Chonglou. I spent 10 years painstakingly preparing to capture Kyushu. As soon as I entered the mainland, I met Lin Tian. Zhang Sanfeng was confused. This is my disciple, even better than me. Evil Sword Immortal. I have come out of these 9 states, tremble. Lin Tian. A blade of grass cuts through the sun, moon, and star city. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Lin Tian, reading poetry to enhance the system. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Lin Tian, reading poetry to enhance the system world of comprehensive martial arts. Within the territory of the Ming Dynasty. Wudong Mountain. The green mountains stand tall, full of greenery, and the bright sun shines brightly. In the main hall. Lin Tian sat on the futon, holding a book in his hand while reading. Lin Tian was dressed in white, with a slender figure, sword eyebrows and starry eyes, and a pair of big eyes sparkling with clear light. Time slowly passes by. After a long time, Lin Tian put down the book in his hand and exhaled heavily, gazing into the distance. He is not from this world. It has been 18 years since I traveled to this world. Over the years, Lin Tian has also learned a lot about this world. This is a comprehensive world of martial arts. There are numerous dynasties, including the Ming Dynasty, the Yuan Dynasty, the Qin Dynasty, the Song Dynasty, and the Northern Liang Dynasty. Well, there's no Tang Dynasty. At the same time, there are countless forces in the martial arts world, such as the Flower-Moving Palace, the Beggar's Sect, the Dragon and Tiger Mountain, and the Chuanjian Sect. Famous and powerful figures are also everywhere, including Li Hanyi, the Snow Moon Sword Immortal, and Wang Xianji, the invincible king of Emperor Wu City. Li Chungang, the old sword god of Bailiang, ignored Hozhu, the iron gallbladder god, and Lin Tian's current identity is the 8th disciple of Wudong Zhang Sanfeng. That's right, my master is the legendary Zhang Sanfeng. In this world, he is also known as a peerless powerhouse. At this moment, 2 figures walked into the main hall. Junior brother, what delicious food have we brought you? Zhang Cuishan had a smile on his face, and his clear and pleasant voice rang out in the hall. The person who came was the second of Zhang Sanfeng's 8 disciples. Old Wu Zhang Cuishan, Old Lu Yin Li Ting. Zhang Cuishan was holding a fragrant roasted chicken in his hand, and for a moment, the fragrance filled the entire hall. Junior brother, stop reading. I've been reading all day. Come and have some roasted chicken. Yin Lighting quickly stepped forward and came to Lin Tian. A pair of eyes looked at Lin Tian. Junior brother, reading also requires a balance of work and rest. You haven't been out all day, your body is going to break down. Yin Lighting shook his head and a hint of concern appeared on his face. He is a young junior brother who is good everywhere, handsome, outgoing, and sensible, but I just don't know what's going on. I've loved reading since I was young. Still the kind of person who spends the whole day locked up in their room reading. He is simply a bookworm. Pop Zhang Cuishan slapped the back of Lighting's head. Don't bully junior brother. Zhang Cuishan's face pretended to be angry, and Lighting chuckled and stopped talking. Come on, junior brother, eat quickly and nourish your body. Zhang Cuishan handed the roasted chicken in his hand to Lin Tian, and Lighting next to him put down the lunchbox. Take out 3 dishes and 1 soup. Thank you 2 senior brothers. Lin Tian smiled and said to Zhang Cuishan and the others. For the past 18 years, my senior brothers have been living together day and night, and they are brothers and sisters. I am the youngest and over 18 this year. 7 senior brothers, they really love themselves. They won't leave anything delicious behind. On weekdays, I also take special care of myself. Master Zhang Sanfeng also dotes on himself. Lin Tian picked up the roasted chicken and lightly sniffed it. It was delicious. Then he began to wolf down the food. Lighting beside him was gulping down his saliva, greedily hungry. Senior brother Lu, you can eat this chicken leg. Lin Tian naturally saw Lighting's greedy expression, and as he spoke, he pulled down a chicken leg and handed it over. No, you can eat it, junior brother. These are all prepared for you. There was a struggle in Lighting's eyes, and he couldn't help but feel that the roasted chicken was too fragrant. But he still shook his head and didn't take the chicken legs that were handed over, leaving them all for Lin Tian. Junior brother, don't worry about him. You can eat it yourself, these are all yours. Zhang Cuishan gave a gentle smile and looked at Lin Tian with concern in his eyes. My own junior brother, of course I hurt. Lighting's face collapsed on the side. Sure enough, love will disappear, right? When Xiaoqi and Xiaoba did not enter Wudang, countless favors were placed on them. Now with Xiaoba, all the care is on Lin Tian. However, he was just thinking about it. Of course, his junior apprentice must be in pain. Little junior brother, I have to advise you to return to studying, but you also need to cultivate martial arts. This world is very dangerous. With martial arts skills, one can only have the ability to protect oneself when wandering in the martial arts world in the future. After hesitating for a moment, Zhang Cuishan spoke to Lin Tian. As Zhang Sanfeng's disciple and one of the 8 heroes of Wudang. In the future, it is inevitable to wander the rivers and lakes. Walking in the martial arts world, there is inevitably danger, but there is more fighting. Practicing martial arts is naturally necessary. Without martial arts skills, nothing is true. Lin Tian swallowed the roasted chicken in his mouth and let out a sigh in his heart. Don't worry, senior brother. I know the importance and will start practicing in a few days. I will definitely become a peerless powerhouse. Lin Tian spoke up in response. It's not that he doesn't practice, he crossed over on the same day. It is bound to a system. The system, he knows very well, is a necessary golden finger for travelers. With the system, becoming a peerless powerhouse is simply not too easy. And the system he bound is called the poetry reading system. In short, as long as you recite ancient poetry, you will receive rewards, techniques, pills, weapons. However, the system is bound, but there is a triggering condition. That's what's needed. Reading through 10,000 books. Only by reading 10,000 books can the system's poetry reading enhancement function be triggered. For 18 years, I have almost become a bookworm. Dog system. Lin Tian cursed angrily in his heart. However, there was not much restlessness in his heart anymore. He had forgotten how many books he had read in the past 18 years. I have become numb. However, according to his estimation, it has been in the past 10 days or so. I have broken 10,000 books by myself. Thinking of this, Lin Tian's heart was filled with excitement. Lin Tian was eating chicken legs while lowering his head to read the books on display. A thick book, the last page. Lin Tian glanced over and quickly finished reading all the last 300 words. He finally finished reading this spring and autumn book. Congratulations to the host for breaking through 10,000 books and completing system tasks. From now on, the host will recite ancient poems and receive rewards as a gift suddenly. In Lin Tian's mind, a crisp and pleasant mechanical prompt sound came on. Listening to the system prompt, Lin Tian was completely stunned for a moment. After 18 years, we have finally achieved the achievement of breaking 10,000 books in reading. New books require flowers, evaluation tickets, monthly tickets, and all data. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2. 10 Stories in the Day After Tomorrow, Startled by Zhang Sanfeng. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. 10 Stories in the Day After Tomorrow, Startled by Zhang Sanfeng. The sudden system prompt sound excited Lin Tian's heart. The whole person was frozen in place. Junior brother, what's wrong with you? You're choking. Zhang Sanfeng looked at Lin Tianzhang living in the same place, and a hint of worry rose in his heart. He thought Lin Tian was eating too fast and choked. While speaking, he raised his hand and gently patted Lin Tian's back. Lin Tian regained his senses from the shock and excitement. A strong sense of joy welled up on the face. Senior brother, don't worry, I'm fine. I just suddenly thought of something happy. Lin Tian responded with a smile, letting Zhang Sanfeng and Innate relax. Last night, the rain was sparse and the wind was sudden. A deep sleep couldn't dispel the lingering whine. I asked the rolling shutter person, but he said that the crabapple was still there. Do you know? It should be green, fat, red, and thin. Lin Tian recited a poem directly. Let's first see how it works. Zhang Sanfeng and Innate stood still in place. What is the situation? Not reading, starting to read poetry again. But this poem is excellent. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting an ancient poem with their heart. They will receive a reward of great perfection the day after tomorrow. As Lin Tian's words fell, a warning sound came to mind. System rewards, get them directly. In this world of comprehensive martial arts, the realm of martial arts is divided into acquired, innate, master, great master, heavenly and human, and land immortal realm. The acquired realm is the basic realm, which involves tempering one's own body and building a solid foundation, divided into 10 layers. Other realms, each realm is divided into 4 small stages. Early stage, middle stage, late stage, and full stage. Looking at the system rewards and achieving full cultivation the day after tomorrow, Lin Tian couldn't help but be shocked. Is it possible for oneself to directly achieve great success? This is too exciting, isn't it? Lin Tian was so excited that he almost jumped up on the spot. As expected, the system is truly a system, always so abnormal. 5th senior brother, 6th senior brother, I suddenly have a realization. Let's practice first. Lin Tianchao said to Zhang Sanfeng and Innate, and then sat down straight. System, accept the day after tomorrow's full round cultivation. Lin Tian said to the system from the bottom of his heart. Ding, the day after tomorrow, the Yuan Man Xiu has been successfully distributed. Please pay attention to receiving it. Zhang Sanfeng and Innate on the side listened to Lin Tian's words and froze in place. Practice for a while. No, how could you suddenly practice for a while eating? What can this cultivate? To cultivate, one usually needs to calm down and concentrate, find a quiet place, and completely calm down. It is also necessary to thoroughly master the techniques and exercise power. In short, one cannot be too cautious when playing with caution. We need to invest 120 hearts. But the chicken in my junior brother's mouth hasn't been swallowed yet, that's all for cultivation. This is too childish. I haven't waited for the two of them to react yet. The system reward obtained by Lin Tian has been directly infused into his body. Boom! A powerful aura spread from around him, and his momentum suddenly rose. The day after tomorrow. 3 floors the day after tomorrow. 10 floors the day after tomorrow. In the blink of an eye, Lin Tian directly reached the 10th level realm of the day after tomorrow. On the side of the Ainli pavilion, Zhang Sanfeng was stunned by this scene, his head full of question marks. What is the situation? They can't understand and have never seen such outrageous things before. 10 floors the day after tomorrow. Zhang Sanfeng's eyes widened as the boss exclaimed in surprise. His face was already full of shock and disbelief. He couldn't understand, he wanted to break his head and couldn't figure it out. What exactly happened to my junior brother? Why is this different from my own cultivation method? Lighting on the side was also stunned on the spot, unable to think. How good it is, it broke through all at once. The key is that the 10 layers after tomorrow are perfect all at once. What is the situation with Nima? Ordinary people practice with caution, hard work, and step by step, fearing that their foundation may be unstable. But my own junior brother. What is the situation? How could there be a perfect 10th floor the day after tomorrow all at once? The key is that the aura on my junior brother's body at this moment is incredibly powerful and stable, and there is no trace of instability in his foundation. Lin Tian felt the explosive power and majestic cultivation all around him at this moment. A smile appeared on his face. Sure enough, it's just fun to hang it. Just 10 floors the day after tomorrow. System, really amazing. How many people need to cultivate for more than 10 years to reach the 10 levels in the day after tomorrow? Even those geniuses need 3 to 5 years. And in that moment, I arrived directly. Moreover, the products produced by the system are all high-quality products, which directly represent the perfect level of the 10 layers of perfection. No flaws at all. Sure enough, the life of cheating does not require an explanation. Lin Tian smiled slightly and turned to see two expressions full of shock and disbelief. Two senior brothers, what are you thinking? Lin Tian asked with a smile on his face. Junior brother, what's the situation with you? Zhang Sanfeng regained his senses, with a strong shock on his face. He had never seen such an outrageous thing before. Lin Tian smiled slightly. In just an instant, I suddenly realized. As the words fell, Zhang Sanfeng and Lighting's faces changed once again, full of surprise. Enlightenment. Surprisingly, it was an epiphany. No wonder. If it's an epiphany, then the explanation is clear. Enlightenment is a mysterious state on the path of martial arts, entering the realm of unity between heaven and man, and in that moment, merging with the Tao. The understanding of martial arts has instantly increased countless times. At the same time, the sudden realization of this state can be encountered but not sought. How many people will never have a chance in their lifetime? Throughout history, enlightenment has rarely occurred, and according to records, it has only occurred more than 10 times in total. My own junior brother, I suddenly realized. Junior brother, you are really amazing. Just entering this wonderful state of enlightenment is enough to boast for a lifetime. Zhang Sanfeng's face lit up with a thick smile, feeling happy for this junior brother. At the same time, I also feel proud, this is my own junior brother. Junior brother, being able to enter this state of enlightenment, which is unparalleled, indicates that your talent is very powerful. You must practice well, you can't waste time. Lighting also hurriedly said, his words full of excitement. As a young junior brother, he is really amazing. Senior brother, I will break through the 10 great perfections the day after tomorrow. This is a big deal. I will go tell senior brother that I will definitely startle his chin. Lighting's eyes sparkled with brilliance. I am extremely excited. Even happier than breaking through, the words fell and the whole figure had already appeared at the entrance of the main hall. He wants to share this news with other senior brothers. Let them also be shocked and happy. Lin Tian looked at the disappearing sixth senior brother with a smile on his face. Their feelings as fellow martial brothers are stronger than those of Jin Jian. Zhang Cuishan is also smiling. At this moment, Lin Tian's voice rang out again. The Peng rises with the wind one day, soaring up 90,000 miles. Lin Tian recited a poem again, and the system function has just been unlocked. I must double the hardships of studying in these 18 years. Zhang Cuishan's gaze lit up as he listened to his junior brother's poem. The scene of eagles hitting the long sky and fish soaring to the shallow bottom comes to mind. My little junior brother, the poetry he wrote is so natural. Good poem. In this world, there is no Tang dynasty. With the sound of Lin Tian's poetry falling. In my mind, the system prompt sounds again. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving system rewards. New books for collection, flowers for review, and monthly rewards. Thank you for your support. Mamoda. Chapter 3. Breaking through the great perfection of innate perfection, Zhang Cuishan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. Breaking through the innate perfection, Zhang Cuishan completely numbed. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving the reward. Infinite divine palm. In Lin Tian's mind, a prompt sound rang out again. As the prompt fell, a mysterious and unparalleled palm technique imprinted in Lin Tian's mind. All are under his control and accepted. Lin Tian's eyes froze, and then his whole body was filled with breath. The next moment, his right hand suddenly lifted up, and as his right hand lifted up, golden powers filled the air and gathered in his right hand. Gold is abundant, overlord and unparalleled. Zhang Cuishan was originally amazed by Lin Tian's poetry, but suddenly, my heart couldn't help but tremble, and a terrifying aura suddenly appeared. I saw a terrifying surge of true energy on Lin Tian's right palm, and in the next moment, a huge golden palm condensed out, fiercely sweeping forward. Wherever it passed, the space was directly shaken and exploded, with terrifying forces sweeping around. With palm power galloping through heaven and earth, he rushed straight out towards the entrance of the main hall. The terrifying force drives mountains and rocks, without hesitation. Zhang Cuishan's face was filled with shock and fear. What kind of palm technique is this? Zhang Cuishan exclaimed in surprise, his face full of shock. The terror of junior brother's palm made him, a naturally perfect powerhouse, feel palpitations. It was obvious that the power of this palm technique surprised him. When did my junior apprentice have such a powerful palm technique? In the 9 provinces, the 18 dragon subduing palms of the beggars sect are renowned throughout the world, with their ultimate strength and terrifying power. He once wandered in the martial arts world and witnessed the 18 dragons subduing palms with his own eyes. Junior brother's palm technique is even more powerful than the 18 dragons subduing palms. Zhang Cuishan was completely bewildered. Today's junior brother, what exactly happened to him? Suddenly realized, the realm sword, surpassing the efforts of others for more than 10 years. Go straight to the perfect 10th floor the day after tomorrow. This is already enough to shock him. His scalp is tingling. But now, with this palm technique, Zhang Cuishan was even more stunned. The strength of warriors in this world is only one of their realms. The rest is the power of the martial arts. Compete in martial arts. Zhang Cuishan felt that Lin Tian could be on par with him with this palm technique. Lin Tian clapped his palm and was in a great mood. This immeasurable divine palm is very good and powerful. He is very satisfied. As the saying goes, the system is amazing. Junior brother, where did you cultivate this set of palm techniques? Zhang Cuishan asked excitedly. Lin Tian gave a gentle smile. I just had a slight realization that this set of infinite divine palm was just created by me. Lin Tian found an excuse to say that he cannot expose the system's issues. This is good for both oneself and Wudang. There is no need to explain the weight of it. A light and floating voice fell. The entire hall fell into silence. Zhang Cuishan's face was completely dumbfounded. This terrifying palm technique was created by my junior brother just now. This is simply incredible. Zhang Cuishan has never been so shocked before. Creation techniques are generally only achievable in the realm of great masters. Because the great master has an extraordinary understanding of martial arts, he can achieve it. But my junior apprentice, he still doesn't enter the mainstream before a stick of incense is burned. Now they have created such a powerful set of palm techniques directly. What kind of talent is this? Junior brother, you are really a demon. Zhang Cuishan swallowed a mouthful of water fiercely, and her excited mood was difficult to calm. It's really an epiphany, all aspects have been directly upgraded by several levels. Lin Tian looked at his fifth senior brother, who was so shocked that he couldn't help but smile lightly. Where did this come from? You were even more shocked. Think of it here. Lin Tian is reciting another poem. Today we must squeeze out the system, and after 18 years of hard work and reading thousands of books, we must bring it back. Looking outside the main hall. Peach blossoms bloom, embellishing the entire world. An ancient poem came to mind in Lin Tian's mind. Last year and today in this gate, the human face and peach blossoms complement each other, and the human face is nowhere to be seen. The peach blossoms still smile in the spring breeze. Zhang Cuishan's eyes lit up as he listened to this poem. I can't believe my junior brother's talent in poetry is so terrifying. Just casually is a good poem. In Lin Tian's mind. The system prompt sounds again. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem. Reward. 20 years of pure cultivation. Lin Tian listened to the system prompt sound. Then he looked at his fifth senior brother and said with a smile. Senior brother, I'm going to break through. Zhang Cuishan widened his eyes. What? Are you breaking through again? Zhang Cuishan's mouth was wide open, and the boss suspected that he had heard it wrong. I can't believe it, but the next moment, Lin Tian's aura suddenly became stronger. Zhang Cuishan was stunned in place, completely bewildered. Boom! A terrifying aura overflowed from Lin Tian's body, and his entire realm also changed at this moment. Directly from the 10 layers of great fullness in the day after tomorrow to the early innate stage. However, the breath has no intention of stopping yet. Lin Tian's realm has once again climbed. Congenital mid-term. Congenital late stage. True Qi is released externally, late innate stage. Zhang Cuishan's face was full of dullness, and he was already shocked beyond measure. My heart trembled uncontrollably. What kind of demon is my little junior brother? Is it really an epiphany to enter the land God Immortal realm? It's too scary. Even those unparalleled geniuses, from the 10th layer after birth, enter the later stage of innate talent. It also requires continuous accumulation and takes several years to achieve. But as a junior apprentice, in just half an hour, I was able to soar directly. It's better for him to spend a day than for someone who has been practicing hard for more than 10 years. I must have had another epiphany, junior brother. Zhang Cuishan exclaimed excitedly, her scalp tingling as she looked at her younger martial brother. What kind of demon has emerged from Wudang Mountain? Even the master Zhang Sanfeng was not so abnormal when he was young. The key is. In front of him, Lin Tian's cultivation is constantly climbing. Zhang Cuishan's face twitched, with a strong shock all over his face. Is it difficult yet to break through? Boom! The violent aura spread from Lin Tian's body, creating ripples in the air and spreading in all directions. Lin Tian's entire realm has come directly to the innate perfection. Lin Tian slowly opened his eyes. After entering the innate realm, I only feel what terrifying power fills my body. Only 30 years of cultivation have been condensed, and the system has made Lin Tian's realm cultivation incredibly perfect and stable. Be as stable as Mount Tai. Lin Tian's eyes sparkled with brilliance, even if it was a master's realm. You can also fight on your own. Zhang Cuishan on the side has been completely stunned in place. Innate perfection. It took me half an hour, junior brother, to go directly from zero to the innate perfect realm. The same realm as oneself, innate great perfection. The state of innate perfection was achieved after 23 years of cultivation. And junior brother, it only took half an hour. This Zhang Cuishan's 3 views have been shattered. Is there really such a demon in this world? What kind of demon is this? Lin Tian smiled and asked 5th senior brother. Senior brother, how are you? Am I fierce or not? Please collect flower evaluation tickets and offer monthly rewards. Please provide all necessary data. Thank you for your support. Momoda. Chapter 4. Mo Shenggu is confused, am I at the bottom? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Mo Shenggu is confused, am I at the bottom? Zhang Cuishan's face was filled with a bitter smile, and his heart was deeply hurt. I finally know what a demon is. In contrast, I am overshadowed. After more than 20 years of hard work, my junior brother arrived all in one day. This is the gap. Fierce, too fierce. Zhang Cuishan exclaimed in amazement and responded with shock. Besides being hit, Zhang Cuishan was truly shocked. Sincerely happy for my junior brother. Wudong Mountain, although its master is famous all over the world, is a famous powerhouse. But as for the disciples, none of them can handle it. Among the 8 senior brothers, Song Yuanxiao, the eldest senior brother, has the highest cultivation level and is the grandmaster of great perfection. Next is the 3rd senior brother, the early stage of the grandmaster. Next, it is oneself, born with great perfection. Other martial brothers are all in the innate realm, and Lao Chi Mo Xing Valley is the 9th level realm after birth. In the martial arts world, only the Wudang sect's own master can suppress one side, and the disciples have no control over it. But now it's better. Junior brother started practicing and immediately realized that his cultivation had reached the innate perfection. This kind of demon, its achievements are unimaginable. It's afraid that in a few years, a great master will appear in Wudang sect. Zhang Cuishan's face lit up with joy, and the secluded master would surely be thrilled and excited when he found out. Lin Tian doesn't know his thoughts. If he knew his thoughts, he would shake his head decisively. I look down on people too much. How many years have it taken to become a great master? It's been too long. With a system in place, Lin Tian is confident in achieving the realm of heaven and humanity within a month. Having the same level as one's own master, but with combat effectiveness. Push the whole world horizontally. At the same time. Old Lu Yinli Ting ran out of the main hall excitedly, with an uncontrollable joy and excitement on his face. In an instant, junior brother arrived at the great perfection on the 10th floor of the day after tomorrow. He is really happy and excited. Happy for my junior brother and also for Wudang. Wudang sect has finally produced a super genius. This good news must be told to the senior brothers, so that they can also be well shaken. Lighting walked briskly, with tigers and tigers stirring the wind. Facing each other, a figure appeared, Lao Chi Mo Xing Valley. Senior brother Lu, what's wrong with you? You're so anxious and flustered. Mo Shenggu stopped Lighting and asked in a voice. Worried about something. Lighting looked at the 7th junior brother, the 9th floor the day after tomorrow. This guy will be lazy and not cultivate. Previously, my junior brother was at the bottom without any pressure. Thinking of this, Lighting's face showed a proud smile. The response is, Old 7, don't feel pressured to speak up. Just now, my junior apprentice's cultivation skyrocketed and he has already reached the perfect level of 10 levels of cultivation the day after tomorrow. Lighting spoke out in one breath. Shenggu didn't react at first, but then his eyes suddenly widened. 10 levels of great success the day after tomorrow. Junior brother. What are you saying? Shenggu exclaimed in surprise, his face already filled with shock and disbelief. Junior brother, Lin Tian. That little junior brother who only knows how to read. 10 levels of great success the day after tomorrow. How could this be possible? No, what exactly happened? Sheng Valley is a bit flustered. Little martial brother, the day after tomorrow, the 10th floor will be perfect. Isn't he the one who is at the bottom among the martial brothers? He's either afraid of Lin Tian breaking through, or he keeps giving himself excuses to slack off. Now, have you suddenly become the bottom player? Impossible, absolutely impossible. Little junior brother, how could it be that the 10 floors of the day after tomorrow will be fully rounded all at once? Shenggu's head shook like a tambourine, unwilling to believe. Yesterday I was an ordinary person, but today I just crossed so many small boundaries. Directly arrive at the 10-story great perfection the day after tomorrow. This is not bullshit. What is this? This has already violated the common sense of martial arts. Lighting smiled and looked at him. Junior brother enters an epiphany state, breaking through 10 small realms in an instant. Taiha Palace, you can go and see it yourself. Lighting's words fell and he quickly left again. He wanted to tell his senior brother the news. Shenggu stood still, his face bewildered. Enlightenment. Thunderbolt from the blue. Little junior brother unexpectedly entered an epiphany. Little junior brother unexpectedly entered the legendary enlightenment state. How the breathing sounds of Shenggu have become thick and heavy. In the next moment, the figure swept out and ran towards the Hall of Supreme Harmony. The Hall of Supreme Harmony. Lin Tian continued to eat the chicken legs in his hand, feeling good and enjoying them even more deliciously. Zhang Cuishan on the side had already instructed his servants to continue delivering delicious food and wine. Today is a happy day. Although compared to my younger martial brother, I am overshadowed. But he is really happy. Wudang sect has finally produced a peerless genius. Those who abandon me cannot keep yesterday's day, and those who disturb my heart, how troublesome today's day is. Lin Tian murmured softly. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving the reward. For symbols of destiny. Lin Tian's face showed a satisfied smile. The Buddha's palm is also a powerful palm technique. Lin Tian summoned the system panel and began to check it. Just for a while. I have recited many poems myself. The rewards obtained are very generous. Host. Lin Tian, realm. Innate perfection. Practice. Tathagata divine palm, infinite divine palm, ascending steps, infinite sword technique, for symbols of heavenly intention decision, King Kong doesn't harm his body. 2 sleeves green dragon, swordsmanship, look at the techniques in the system panel. May I ask, who can play? Only an hour has passed, and I have mastered so many powerful skills. Although there is no cultivation reward, it is just a matter of time. Keep going like this. It won't even take a month. I am invincible directly. Sure enough, the life of cheating doesn't require explanation, just recklessness. At this moment, a figure rushed into the main hall. It is Lao Qi Mo Shing Valley. With excitement on his face, as soon as he entered, he spoke loudly and asked. Junior apprentice, I heard you have an epiphany. Have you reached the level of 10 great perfections in the day after tomorrow? Mo Shenggu was both excited, cautious, and unbelievable. Lin Tian looked at Mo Sheng Valley and blinked his eyes. Then he slowly shook his head. No. Mo Shenggu was taken aback, his expression frozen. Sure enough, it was Senior 6 who deceived me. I want to duel with Senior Brother 6. Mo Shenggu roared softly in his heart. If you can't beat it, you still have to fight. If it's really not possible, wait for the master to leave and report it. At this moment, Zhang Cuishan's voice slowly echoed in the main hall. Junior apprentice, it's already innate perfection. New books for collection, flowers for evaluation, thank you for your support. Request all data. Mamoda. Chapter 5. Third Senior Brother Severity, 2 Sleeves Clear Dragon Shock. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 5. Third Senior Brother Severity, 2 Sleeves Clear Dragon Shocking everyone. Zhang Cuishan's voice slowly echoed in the main hall. Junior Brother, you have already achieved innate perfection. While speaking, Zhang Cuishan stared at Mo Shenggu with a pair of eyes. He had already imagined that this sentence would be spoken. What kind of expression will the other person have? Sure enough. Mo Shenggu's expression slightly furrowed as he listened to Zhang Cuishan's words. The whole person was dumbfounded. Innate great perfection. Innate great perfection. She, congenital perfection. Mo Shenggu reacted and took a cold breath, his eyes wide open and his face full of shock. Junior Brother, you are born with a great and perfect realm. How could this be possible? Mo Shenggu feels incredibly absurd. Just now, Senior Brother 6 said that Junior Brother will achieve a perfect state of 10 levels in the day after tomorrow. Now, the innate great fullness realm. What exactly happened here? Is it difficult for the Senior Brothers to unite and tease themselves? Finally, Mo Shenggu's gaze fell on Lin Tian. Lin Tian smiled lightly, revealing his own realm aura directly. Boom! The terrifying aura is directly released, forming a 3-meter aura. True Qi is released. Mo Shenggu watched this scene with his own eyes and was completely speechless. Stuck in place. If struck by lightning. My obedience, this little junior brother of mine, is really born with a great and perfect realm. Done. I'm at the bottom. At this moment. Outside the main hall. Shadows appeared one after another. The remaining 5 brothers of Song Yuanxiao have all arrived. One by one, with a face full of disbelief and urgency. Across a long distance. Just shout loudly. Junior apprentice, are you really full of 10 floors the day after tomorrow? Song Yuanxiao wore a black Taoist robe and couldn't remain calm on his face. Just now Lighting arrived and told them that his junior apprentice had instantly entered the 10th level realm of the day after tomorrow. Instantly step into the martial arts world. To be honest, they didn't believe it at the time. Because it was too absurd, but they also knew that Lighting dared not joke about it. So I came straight over. You need to see it with your own eyes. However, before Lin Tian could speak, Mo Shenggu beside him spoke excitedly and responded. Senior brother, it's not the 10th level acquired, it's the innate perfection. Junior brother, he was born with great perfection. Mo Shenggu exclaimed loudly, his face filled with uncontrollable excitement, and even now, it is still so shocking. Song Yuanxiao stood still one by one. Congenital perfection. Lighting was also stunned. Isn't it the 10th floor of the day after tomorrow? How come you're born full again? Lin Tian clenched his fists slightly and bowed to his senior brothers. Senior brother, I just had a slight realization and have broken through to the realm of innate perfection. While speaking, Lin Tian naturally showed all his cultivation without hesitation. The whole body has a surging aura, and terrifying true Qi is released. Song Yuanxiao and others were stunned and stood still. Innate perfection. What kind of demon is this little junior brother of mine? Okay. Junior brother, I've seen since I was young that you're not an ordinary person. Unexpectedly, I suddenly realized and went straight to the innate perfection. Song Yuanxiao's face was full of excitement, his beard fluttering, and his eyes were filled with joy. Junior brother, you are really a demon. Senior brother, I have been practicing for 30 years, so why don't you suddenly realize it? Second senior brother also excitedly patted Lin Tian's shoulder and spoke with excitement. He has been practicing for 30 years and is only half a step master. Compared to Lin Tian, there is no comparability at all. It's better for a woman to have an epiphany in a day than to spend most of her life. The gaze of a group of people all fell on Lin Tian, full of excitement and happiness. My Wudang sect has finally produced a peerless genius. His master will surely be so happy to go crazy if he finds out. Song Yuanxiao stroked his beard with a smile on his face. Upon hearing this, the senior brothers looked at each other happily, as if they had already thought of the expression on Zhang Sanfeng's face when he saw this scene after leaving the level. Lin Tian smiled and said, "Where are we now? My master Zhang Sanfeng still has 3 days to pass. In 3 days, I should be able to break through to the realm of heaven and humanity. I will definitely scare Zhang Sanfeng when the time comes." A group of senior brothers sat in the main hall and started chatting. But the topics are all about Lin Tian. The protagonist today is Lin Tian. Junior brother, you have always known how to read. I was really worried that you would become a bookworm. Now you're doing well. Suddenly, I was born with great perfection. Senior brother, I will obediently shut my mouth in the future. 6 senior brothers Lighting smiled and said, happy for this little junior brother. Everyone understands. To be a disciple of Zhang Sanfeng, in addition to enjoying the respect of the people in the martial arts world. Nature cannot avoid using martial arts to speak. These senior brothers have been worried about Lin Tian to some extent over the years. However, now that everything is fine, everything will be resolved with ease. In books, there is beauty like jade, and in books, there is a golden house. Only by reading 10,000 books can I suddenly realize it. Wu Dao directly enters the innate world. Zhang Cuishan openly praised it. Xiaoqi, you have to work hard in the future. Now you are at the bottom. Take a look at junior brother, you are born with great perfection. Boss Song Yuanxiao said to Mo Shenggu with a stern face, this 7th son is the best at stealing and playing tricks. Song Yuanxiao's words caused his senior brothers to burst into laughter. This kind of atmosphere, Lin Tian really likes it. At this moment, old San Yu Daiyan spoke out. Junior brother, you just broke through the innate perfection. How about letting senior brother test your strength? Yu Daiyan said slowly, with a serious expression on his face. Upon hearing this, everyone else's gaze turned towards it. Third senior brother, Yu. Zhang Cuishan spoke up and wanted to say something. Yu Daiyan, the early strength of the Grandmaster, has been immersed in the early days of the Grandmaster for a long time, and his strength is incredibly stable. Now, I have to try Lin Tian. The other senior brothers dared not speak when they saw Yu Daiyan talking. Among the senior brothers, Song Yuanxiao, as the eldest senior brother, has a generous and gentle personality. And the third senior brother has a strict and serious personality. Of course, everyone has different personalities. However, the relationship between senior brothers is very good. Yu Daiyan often supervises other martial brothers on the martial arts path, giving him a feeling of fatherly love. Song Yuanxiao is very clear about Yu Daiyan's meaning. I just want to hit Lin Tian and make him not proud or complacent. Always maintain a proactive attitude. This is very normal. For a moment, everyone's gaze fell on Lin Tian. Lin Tian smiled lightly, his mind clear, and naturally understood that third senior brother's thoughts were due to his concern for himself. Since that's the case, please ask senior brother San for guidance. Lin Tian said lightly. The atmosphere in the entire venue suddenly boiled and became quite noisy. There is very little entertainment in this era, and learning from each other is also a pleasure. New books require flowers, collections, evaluation tickets, and all data. Thank you for your support. Chapter 6. Defeat 3 senior brothers with 1 sword, arrival of Nangong servants. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Defeat 3 senior brothers with 1 sword, arrival of Nangong servants soon. The group arrived outside the main hall. The vast square is spacious enough to be fully displayed. In the field, Lin Tian stood there, his face calm. Yu Daiyan also had a smile on his face, and his attitude as a junior apprentice was very satisfying. Song Yuanxiao and others stood not far away, starting to gather and observe. Junior brother has just stepped into the innate perfection, and with 0 combat experience. Don't think too much, it must be third senior brother who will win. Lao Si smiled and said, holding his hands on his chest, staring at the field. Well, that's for sure. Third master is in his early days and has been immersed in this realm for 3 years. His foundation is strong enough. The second one also nodded and spoke in response. Song Yuanxiao shook his head. You guys, you only care about winning or losing. The third one is going to hit the little junior brother, afraid he will get anxious. Song Yuanxiao stroked his beard and said slowly, with a thick smile on his face that could be seen. He is very happy today. Zhang Cuishan shook his head. It's not certain who wins or loses. Although junior brother doesn't have combat experience, I feel like he will win. Zhang Cuishan spoke up, thinking of the palm technique that Lin Tian had just used. Powerful and terrifying, enough to make up for the gap between realm and lack of combat experience. And he always felt that his junior brother couldn't look at him with ordinary eyes. This is definitely a demon. Although it is a newly grown demon today. I heard Zhang Cuishan say this. The gaze of other senior brothers turned and a thoughtful expression appeared on their faces. Finally, the second, fourth, and sixth, Lighting shook his head. They still don't want to believe that their junior brother can defeat Yu Daiyan. I didn't wait for them to continue speaking. In the field, Yu Daiyan's voice has already sounded. Junior brother, you need to be careful. Senior brother, I'm going to take action. Lin Tian gave a gentle smile. Step forward, the whole person has changed, full of energy and confidence. Under a gentle and elegant demeanor, his sharpness cannot be concealed. Third senior brother, give it your all and don't hesitate. Yu Daiyan's gaze fixed and he laughed heartily. Stop talking. Zheng, a long sword suddenly appeared in hand, and a flash of sword light cut through the sky and earth. A terrifying sword aura permeated, and the temperature around became much colder. It's the swordsmanship of Master Zhang Sanfeng. Tai Chi sword. Tai Chi swordsmanship is not necessarily slow swordsmanship, but rather a combination of speed and speed. One yin and one yang, combining fast and slow, combining deficiency and reality. In an instant, a terrifying sword light slashed directly at Lin Tian. The senior brothers who were watching around looked surprised, and they couldn't believe it. Yu Daiyan surprisingly made such a sharp move. I thought he would release water. I didn't expect to take 9 points seriously. For a moment, the gaze of the senior brothers once again fell on Lin Tian. I want to see how Lin Tian counterattacks. In the field, Lin Tianzi's eyes narrowed slightly, and the first time he made a move, he couldn't help but feel excited. Since crossing in this world of martial arts. If no one wants to just be an ordinary person and live a simple life. To cross over, one must leave a glorious reputation in this world. Besides, now he has awakened his system and turned his golden finger against the sky. More importantly, we need to make a name for the world. A great man is born between heaven and earth, and must rule the world. The next moment, Lin Tian lifted his right hand sharply. The index and middle fingers are together. In an instant, the endless sword energy rippled, and a green sword light appeared. Two-sleeved green dragon. It is precisely the supreme sword technique I recently acquired, the two sleeves green dragon. The sword energy was raging, and a green dragon over 10 meters long condensed out, carrying a terrifying sword intent. Roar out towards the front. At this moment, the onlookers widened their eyes and were shocked by the sword. I haven't waited for Song Yuanxiao and others to react yet. Two terrifying sword lights have collided together. However, Yu Daiyan's Tai Chi sword was instantly shattered and dissipated among the swans. A green dragon wreaked havoc and continued to roar forward. When Yu Daiyan stood still, his face changed as Lin Tian swung out his sword. He naturally felt the mystery and terror of Lin Tian's sword. What swordsmanship is this? Yu Daiyan exclaimed in surprise, but there was no time to think at this moment. Lifting his right hand, his long sword bloomed with a sharp sword light, protecting him in front of him. Rao is so. The Qinglong sword light came crashing over, but he was still knocked out 3 meters away. I slowly stabilized my body. And at this moment, the whole scene was already silent, a complete silence. Song Yuanxiao and others were all dumbfounded, one by one frozen in place with a dull and incredulous expression on their faces. Zhang Cuishan was completely bewildered. He originally thought that his junior brother would use that terrifying palm technique. But now, it's such a powerful sword. What sword technique is this? Zhang Cuishan's mind was filled with question marks. He had never seen Lin Tian's terrifying sword before. Little junior brother surprisingly defeated third senior brother. Mo Shenggu murmured to himself, his face showing a sense of shock. Others also reacted. Just for an instant, my face was filled with shock and excitement. What kind of sword technique is being used by junior brother? It's very powerful. I don't know, the 3 senior brothers in the early days of the master were actually cut back by the young junior brother with a sword. Innate perfection, little junior brother is so powerful. The senior brothers exclaimed in disbelief and amazement. No one expected that the result would be like this. Lin Tian's sword surprisingly defeated Yu Daiyan. This is clearly beyond their imagination. In the field, Yu Daiyan's face was also full of astonishment, and he never expected that his junior apprentice would be so powerful. The advantages of demons are excessive. Wow, junior brother, you're too amazing. Lao Chi Mo Shenggu laughed and ran into the field, facing Lin Tian with excitement on his face. Other senior brothers also quickly gathered around, and Yu Daiyan also gathered around. Surrounding Lin Tian in the middle, the excitement, and shock on his face couldn't be concealed. Junior brother, you're so amazing. You even knocked back all 3 senior brothers with one sword. Lighting smiled and said, with a constant gleam in his eyes. This little junior brother is really too wicked. Junior brother, what was the sword technique you just used? A faint smile appeared on Yu Daiyan's face and he slowly asked. New books for collection, flower evaluation tickets for monthly rewards, all data for collection, thank you for your support. Chapter 7. Dragon-slaying saber and heavenly sword emerge, causing chaos in the martial arts world. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. Dragon-slaying saber and heavenly sword emerge, causing chaos in the martial arts world. The problem with Yu Daiyan. Let the eyes of the other martial brothers also take a slight surprise. Raise your ears and listen. Everyone can feel the terror and mystery of Lin Tian's sword just now. That swordsmanship is very powerful. Lin Tian gave a gentle smile. I created it myself, named Two Sleeves Qinglong. As his words fell, a group of senior brothers, including Song Yuanxiao, were all stunned. The shock on his face was exceptionally strong. The terrifying and mysterious sword technique just now was actually created by my junior brother himself. What kind of talent is this? Song Yuanxiao and others can't calm down anymore, my little junior brother. I was stunned by them today. I really had an epiphany and improved in all aspects. As is well known, creating martial arts requires a great master to be qualified. Under the great master, there is not enough understanding of martial arts. But my little junior brother is born with a great and perfect realm. Unexpectedly creating such a powerful sword technique, it can no longer be described as a demon. Even those peerless demons, such as Su Fengyan from Baoyang, Morong Fu, could not achieve the creation technique. I can imagine how talented my junior brother is. This little junior brother. In half a day, one's cultivation directly enters the innate great perfection. He even created such a sword technique. Give him enough time, it can be imagined that Wudong may have a heavenly being appearing. Junior brother, you have the talent of heaven and humanity. Song Yuanxiao sighed and his face was filled with excitement. Finally, there was hope for the future of Wudong Mountain. Lin Tian enjoys the favor and praise of his senior brothers. Accept in 3 steps. Immediately after, a group of people returned to the main hall. Master Zhang Sanfeng is in seclusion, while Song Yuanxiao temporarily acts as the acting leader. The senior brothers sat down the people separately. Above. Song Yuanxiao sat down, then his gaze swept over the crowd. He has something to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I received the news this morning. The dragon-slaying sword, which had disappeared for 20 years, reappeared in the martial arts world. And, obtained by an external disciple of our Wudong sect. Now master is closed, how should we handle this matter? Song Yuanxiao said slowly. Then came the sound of words. The outer disciple was originally preparing to send the dragon-slaying sword and heaven sword to Wudong to eliminate this martial arts disaster. I never thought that the outer disciple had already been killed. As Song Yuanxiao's words fell, Lin Tian and everyone were surprised, with a look of surprise on their faces, and the atmosphere suddenly became a bit noisy. Dragon-slaying sword, heavenly sword. A peerless divine weapon that appeared 20 years ago, reportedly crafted from extraterrestrial objects. One sword can break the river, and one sword can open the sky. A true divine weapon. It is even more rumored that the dragon-slaying sword commands the world, relying on the heavens without leaving, who can compete with it. It is said that obtaining these 2 unparalleled divine weapons can unify the martial arts world. The appearance of the dragon-slaying sword and the heavenly sword directly plunged the entire martial arts world of China into chaos. In order to obtain these 2 divine weapons, many sects and martial artists have started to snatch them. During that period, the martial arts struggles in the martial arts world were extremely intense, and countless people died. True blood flows into a river, corpses are everywhere. However, later on, the 2 divine weapons of the dragon-slaying sword and the heavenly sword disappeared directly from the martial arts world. As if disappearing out of thin air, with no news at all. Unexpectedly, there has been another appearance recently. Don't worry, the world will be in chaos again. Senior brother, our master teaches us to be chivalrous and righteous, saving lives and helping the wounded. The appearance of the dragon-slaying sword and the heavenly sword will definitely cause chaos in the martial arts world. I suggest taking back the dragon-slaying sword and heavenly sword from Wudong to eliminate this martial arts battle. Lao Qi Mo Shenggu's sense of justice exploded and he directly put forward his ideas. Zhang Cuishan frowned. Lao Qi's idea is very reasonable, but if he receives the dragon-slaying sword and heavenly sword from the Wudong sect, my Wudong may be in crisis at that time. After all, the temptation of divine weapons is too great, and most importantly, people's hearts. Zhang Cuishan spoke very tactfully. In this world, it is all about interests, and the Wudang sect was doing this to eliminate disputes. It's hard to predict. Many people would think that the Wudang sect wants to own these two divine weapons. Song Yuanqiao nodded. What you're saying is exactly what I'm thinking, that's why it's difficult. Lin Tian's eyebrows gently furrowed together. He still remembers watching TV dramas in his previous life. It was because of the appearance of the dragon-slaying sword and the heavenly sword that the entire martial arts world was in chaos. Third senior brother Yu Daiyan directly disabled his legs and his martial arts skills were completely useless. Senior brother Zhang Cuishan committed suicide on Wudang Mountain. No, such a result cannot happen. Lin Tian made a decision. Now that I have a system in hand, I must change this outcome. Think of it here. Lin Tian spoke slowly. Senior brothers, in my opinion, gentlemen do not care about their deeds, but we directly receive the dragon-slaying sword and heavenly sword from Wudang. This will directly avoid too much fighting and reduce fighting. As for other people with ulterior motives who want to come to our Wudang to plan for misconduct, they also need to have the ability. I believe Master would do the same for his elderly family. Lin Tian said slowly, in the drama, Zhang Sanfeng did it this way. Upon hearing this, the others also nodded slowly. Okay. 3 days later, Master will pass the level, and I will share our ideas with him. Song Yuanqiao nodded. A group of people dispersed. Time slowly passes, and 2 more pieces of time have passed. In the past 2 days, Lin Tian has been reciting poetry and lyrics, and the system has received full rewards. Unconsciously, the cultivation has already reached the great perfection of the master. It's just 1 step away from the great master. Lin Tian too smiled awkwardly. This system is simply incredible. Hanging up, it's really cool. On this day, at the foot of Wudang Mountain, a beautiful figure in white clothes appeared, with a graceful figure and a hat on her head, making it difficult to see her face clearly. But just by looking at her figure, you know she's a stunning beauty. Nangong Pushe arrived at the foot of Wudang Mountain. Looking at the towering green mountains and flowing green water, a figure came to mind, and it was Lin Tian. A smile couldn't help but appear at the corner of Nangong's servant's mouth. With this smile, the whole world became bright. Heartless man, I'm here to find you. The clear and pleasant voice of the Nangong servants murmured to themselves. Then, he went straight up to Wudang Mountain. New books for collection, flower evaluation tickets for monthly rewards, and all data. Thank you for your support. 0. Chapter 8. Lin Tian. I said I became the world. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. Lin Tian. I once said that I became a powerful man and came to find you Wudang Mountain. In the main hall, Lin Tian lazily leaned against the chair. The west wind blows the waves of the old Dongting, and one night, Xiang Jun's white hair is abundant. After getting drunk, I don't know that the sky is in the water, but my boat is full of clear dreams, pressing down on the Milky Way. Lin Tian murmured to himself, having formed a habit. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving the reward. Heaven-slaying sword technique. In Lin Tian's mind, a crisp and pleasant system prompt sound rang out again. Lin Tian's eyes slightly froze. This reward is a bit powerful. Zhantian pulling swordsmanship is a powerful and terrifying sword pulling technique. Under one sword, destroy everything. Lin Tian smiled at the corner of his mouth and reached out to grab a pastry, slowly feeding it into his mouth. Enjoying life while silently becoming stronger. This system is simply not too exciting. When reciting poetry, one becomes stronger, it's incredible. Subsequently, while eating delicious food, Lin Tian recited several poems. Ding, congratulations to the host for obtaining 100 years of pure cultivation. See system rewards. Lin Tian's eyes sparkled with brilliance. Crazy joy. 2 days have passed and I have finally received my cultivation reward. System, accept cultivation rewards. Lin Tian said to the system from the bottom of his heart. Ding, the distribution of 100 years of pure cultivation has been successful. Please pay attention to it, host. The system prompt sound has dropped. The incredibly pure cultivation, like a broken river, began to flow into Lin Tian's body. These 100 years of cultivation have begun to condense and reach the extreme. Lin Tian surrounded himself, dressed in white clothes and stirred up. My face twitched. The powerful cultivation power in his body began to impact his meridians. Finally gathered in the dantian. Flowing towards all 4 limbs and bones, it directly filled Lin Tian. Lin Tian's body's aura instantly rose, and his violent aura was released. Boom! In an instant, Lin Tian's realm slowly broke through. At this moment, he directly reached the later stage of the Great Master. How Lin Tian let out a heavy breath and slowly opened his eyes. 2 brilliant rays flashed away in my eyes. Feeling the later realm of the Great Master. Lin Tian laughed numbly. In just 3 days, I am now in the late stage of the Great Master. It's simply against the sky. Shuang Guai Wai. Time flies, another hour has passed. The bright sun shines brightly, and the clear sky stretches for thousands of miles. At this moment, a disciple came to report. Junior uncle, there is a woman outside the door who is looking for you and says she is your old friend. Lin Tian raised his eyebrows slightly. Women. Old friends. Immediately after, a beautiful shadow couldn't help but come to Lin Tian's mind. Is it her? On the rouge list are the disciples Beautiful and the Nangong servant. Lin Tian rubbed against it and sat up directly. Take a big step towards the outside of the hall. Surprisingly, the Nangong servant came knocking on his door voluntarily. Above the square. The Nangong servant dressed in white clothes, and a belt bound the small barbarian waist. Wearing a bamboo hat on his head, he couldn't see his true face. The 7 heroes of Wudong stood on the other side. Miss, I don't know why you're looking for our junior brother. Song Yuanxiao asked, looking at the woman in front of him, his heart filled with deep surprise. They felt the cultivation on this woman's body. Master half-step. At this age, he is actually at the level of a half-step master. This is a genius. A true demon. If it were to trouble my junior brother, it would be difficult to deal with, so Song Yuanxiao asked carefully. Under the bamboo hat, the Nangong servant pursed his lips and looked cold. She has this personality, an iceberg beauty. Lin Tian, heartless man. Let him out. Nangong Pushe pursed her lips and said slowly. Her words fell off. The 7 heroes of Wudong are confused and a bit unresponsive. Upon hearing this, is my junior apprentice doing something wrong to others? No, when did it happen? Moreover, anyone can tell that the woman in front of them must be a peerless beauty. How could you have taken such a beautiful woman, junior brother? Mo Shenggu's eyes sparkled with brilliance. Senior brother, look at this woman's attire, it looks like the number 1 beauty on the rouge list, Nangong Pushe. Listen to this. The eyes of other martial brothers froze, not to mention, they really looked alike. It's impossible, isn't it? Old Ba actually hooked the Nangong servant. Lighting was a bit incredulous. On the rouge list, all are peerless beauties, stunning. The top-ranked Nangong Pushe is even more like the 9 heavens fairy descending to the mortal world. He is also the youngest generation's top demon in martial arts. Does my junior brother have this blessing? Does he have this ability? Other senior brothers also expressed doubts. At this moment. Why did you come? Lin Tian's figure appeared and he could see the person coming clearly, with a smile on his lips. Nangong servant. Seeing Lin Tian, the Nangong servant's body involuntarily trembled. That's this guy. Why did you come? He surprisingly asked such words, and indeed, what the man said cannot be believed. He actually forgot his promise. Suddenly, Nangong Pushe felt a little heartache. Was that the feeling of heartache? The Nangong servant tightened his mouth. Today is March 16th. On March 16th, the other senior brothers immediately confirmed that there was a story inside. The secret codes are all matched. Lin Tian was also taken aback. March 16th. Last year, it was also the only time he traveled down the mountain in this world. By chance, I met the Nangong servant. At the first moment, Lin Tian did not recognize her identity. 3 days, travel together. But an unintentional glance stunned Lin directly. Under the bamboo hat, that is a peerless face. At that moment, a poem couldn't help but come to Lin Tian's mind. I also murmured it out to myself. Clouds think of clothes and flowers think of faces, the spring breeze brushes the threshold with dew. If it weren't for meeting at the head of the Jade Mountain, I would meet under the moon at out.Li. Lin Tian looked at the face of the Nangong servant and unconsciously recited it. The southern palace servant is truly like sinking fish and falling geese, closing the moon and blushing flowers. It's so beautiful. Even those celebrities from their past lives were dim and unremarkable in front of her. Lin Tian felt that this poem was tailor-made for her. Others, not worthy. At that time, as soon as this poem was written, the Nangong servant was taken aback, followed by a blush on his cold face. In 3 days, she felt the unique charm of this young man. Whether it's her thoughts, actions, or anything else, it makes her curious. It is precisely Lin Tian's worldview in his lifetime. Gender equality in this feudal society, of course, the impact was on the southern palace servants. It was also during that time that the Nangong servant secretly agreed and made a promise. 1 year's time, meet again. The picture returns to reality. The Nangong servant looked at Lin Tian's expression. Sure enough, he forgot the agreement. I'll kill you. The clear and pleasant sound of the Nangong servant's archery rang out, and his figure shot out, revealing a short sword. Thorn towards Lin Tian. Senior brother, she's going to harm junior brother, take action. Mo Shenggu let out a loud roar and directly took action. Just before he could step out, Zhang Sanfeng pulled him back. Slapped him on the back of the head. Are you really stupid or just pretending to be silly? I can't tell if you're flirting with someone else. Zhang Sanfeng gave him a fierce glare. Everyone could tell that although this woman took action, she had no intention of killing. New books, flowers, collection, evaluation tickets, rewards, monthly tickets, thank you for your support. Is there anyone reading the data without moving it? Squeak. I'm looking for data. Chapter 9. Nangong servant. Wants to surpass me. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 9. Nangong servant. If you want it, you can surpass me in the field. A terrifying power bloomed from the Nangong servant's short blade. Thorn towards Lin Tian. Nangong Pushe felt very angry and aggrieved in her heart. The promised day can be forgotten. This stinky man. Lin Tian stood in place without any movement. He naturally understands the other person's thoughts. Just as the short sword of the Nangong servant stabbed Lin Tian 10 centimeters in front of him. An absolute defense spread out from around Lin Tian. Guardians of the Underworld God. In the past 2 days, Lin Tian has gained too many divine powers and techniques. Guardians of the Underworld God. A powerful defense method, derived from the divine power of the supreme martial arts, the divine elephant suppressing force. Compared to Kong, it doesn't harm the body. The defense effect of the Dark God Guardian is even more incredible and powerful. The short sword of the Nangong servant's archery has just come to a standstill and cannot move any further. Bang! Sparks burst out from the short knife. The Nangong servant was dumbfounded. What's going on? She still remembers that this guy only studied a lot, but he didn't know martial arts. They haven't even entered the martial arts world. But now, what is the situation with this defense? The power on one's own short sword is like a mud ox entering the sea, disappearing without a trace. Her original idea was to grasp the right balance and stop at a distance of 3 centimeters. It's just a simple scare to this guy. Now, it's another ending. Under the bamboo hat, the southern palace servant stared at the man in front of him with beautiful eyes. Have you entered the martial arts realm? She is a half-step master, but she cannot feel the breath on Lin Tian's body. What realm is this guy in? Is it difficult to be stronger than oneself? This has only been a year. Lin Tian welcomed him with a pair of eyes, and he could feel the surprise and doubt of the Nangong servants. A gentle smile. A faint voice rang in the ears of the Nangong servant. Didn't I tell you before that I would definitely become a world-renowned powerhouse and protect you? Lin Tian's words. The Nangong servant's heart trembled for a moment, and a smile appeared at the corner of his cold cheeks. However, she didn't wait for her to react. A big hand had already wrapped around her waist, and Lin Tian had already embraced the Nangong Pushe in his arms. Your body still smells so fragrant. Lin Tian lifted his bamboo hat with a smile and saw a peerless face in his eyes. Still couldn't help but be surprised. The beauty is really beyond words. Lin Tian's figure swept up and carried the Nangong servant directly back to his room. Only 7 people from Song Yuanxiao stayed in place. Junior brother, you are really lucky. This woman must be as beautiful as a fairy. Zhang Sanfeng sighed, with a hint of envy in his eyes. Just by looking at her figure and listening to her voice, everyone knows that this woman in white is definitely a beautiful woman. What kind of charm does junior brother have? How could such a beautiful woman take the initiative to pursue me on Wudong Mountain? Hey, that's not right. Do you think this woman is actually a Nangong servant? Mo Shenggu's face was full of curiosity and envy. Watching the beauty carried by my junior brother return. Not envious is false. It shouldn't be Nangong Pushe. It said that Nangong Pushe is cold and aloof. How could such a strange woman move her mortal heart? Song Yuanxiao said slowly. Although this woman was dressed in the same way as the legendary Nangong Pushe, wearing white clothes and bamboo hats. But they dare not think about the Nangong servants. That's Nangong servant. No matter what, junior brother, it's impossible to capture the number 1 beauty on the rouge list. Mo Shenggu nodded. Senior brother is right. The unparalleled beauty of Nangong Pushe is not something that people can covet. Other senior brothers also nodded slowly, agreeing with this viewpoint. Oh my, what is the powerful defense technique that junior brother just used? Is it difficult or is it he who created it? At first glance, it appears to be an unparalleled and mysterious martial arts technique. I want my junior apprentice to teach me. Mo Shenggu had an excited expression on his face. These past few days, he begged Lin Tian to teach him the 2 sleeves green dragon. That sword is really powerful, mysterious. Take his swordsmanship to the next level. The shock brought by this junior apprentice made him dumbfounded. As he spoke, Mo Shenggu was about to walk towards the place where Lin Tian lived. I was grabbed by Zhang Sanfeng in one go. Damn it, isn't your brain enlightened? Are you so lacking in vision? Don't disturb me, junior brother. In the room. Lin Tian tightly hugged the Nangong servant. The Nangong servant tried to struggle several times, but was tightly embraced by Lin Tian. The Nangong servant shot on a cheek, and at this moment, he was no longer cold and shy. You. Why are you so brave? Nangong Pushe pursed her lips and said, I have never been so frivolous by a man before. Lin Tian's big hand even began to feel uneasy. The Nangong servant's heart trembled. Go backhand. However, it has not been implemented yet. Lin Tian's lips printed on it. Nangong Pushe only felt the sky spinning and the earth spinning, her mind blank. After a long time, the two people separated in the room, and the Nangong servant breathed heavily. My cheeks turned red. Is it right or wrong to go up Wudong Mountain this time? How do you feel like you're in a tiger's den? Lin Tian's smile was full of joy, but he was still unsatisfied. I am preparing to completely take down the Nangong servant. Didn't you say you were already a world power? I want that. That. You only need to hit me. The Nangong servant quickly broke free and found this excuse to escape the clutches. Lin Tian gave a gentle smile. A gleam appeared in the eyes. That's what you said, let me tidy up you, man. The words fell. Lin Tian stood up slowly. The Nangong servant glared fiercely at Lin Tian. This guy's gaze is too brazen. Humph, this time I will do my best and never show mercy. The clear and pleasant voice of the southern palace servants rang out. Two short knives appeared in her hand, which were her weapons. Chunlei, Xiudong. The next moment, swinging her double swords and using her proud and unparalleled skills, she realized 19 stops. Although it's just creating a little bit. But its power is terrifying and powerful. Even in the later stage of the Grandmaster. She is also confident in opening 5 or 5. New books require collection, flowers, evaluation tickets, monthly tickets, and rewards. Thank you for your support, please provide all the data. Chapter 10. The sword of the great river startles the southern palace, leaving Zhang Sanfeng confused. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. The sword of the great river startles the southern palace, leaving Zhang Sanfeng confused. The Nangong servant's breath climbed all over his body. Two short knives burst out with a chilling cold light, and in an instant, the aura of the knives permeated. The temperature suddenly dropped all around. An intangible atmosphere permeated. Lin Tian's eyes were slightly surprised. Nangong Pushe, truly you. Ranked first on the Rouge list, and also ranked first among the younger generation on the martial arts path. A peerless genius. Even Wang Xianji, who is invincible in the martial arts world, once praised the talent of Nangong servants. 20 years later, there will be no one above, and all sentient beings below. Now I personally feel the 19 stops created by Nangong Pushe. Lin Tian is also convinced by this arrogant demon. There's no way, who let you run into me, this slut. System, absolutely against the sky. Just as Lin Tian was surprised. A terrifying blade of light flashed through the southern palace servants, covering the surroundings. Instantly slay Lin Tian. Not bad, my wife is really amazing. Lin Tian generously praised, with no trace of panic on his face. Still calm and composed, incredibly relaxed. It's like watching children play with knives. The terrifying sword aura shrouded in it seemed to be ignored. A faint voice rang out again. Madam, keep an eye on it. This palm is called the Shumi Divine Palm. As Lin Tian spoke. Slowly lift his right hand, as he slowly lifts his right hand. Bringing up a terrifying golden light, endless palm power surged out with his right hand. A huge golden handprint condensed, enveloped in terrifying and powerful force. As Lin Tian pushed out his right hand and took a photo towards the front. Boom! A terrifying collision sound rang out, and the golden handprint instantly dissipated the sword energy in the sky. It seems like it hasn't appeared before. The Nangong servant's beautiful eyes widened, and a thick shock appeared on his face. What kind of palm technique is this? The power of this palm technique is a bit beyond imagination. Is this the martial art of Wudang sect? No, Wudang sect doesn't have such a palm technique. The Nangong servant's little head was filled with doubts, question marks, and shock. But he couldn't think too much, his palm power was like a wave crashing in. The Nangong servant's white clothes were shaken and his body couldn't help but shake a few times. Haha, how could I hurt my wife? Lin Tian's voice suddenly sounded in the ear of the Nangong servant. At this moment, Nangong Pushe can no longer remain calm and composed. She didn't even notice how Lin Tian appeared by her side. I'm not completely surprised yet. The Nangong servant tightened his waist and was hugged by Lin Tian again. Nangong servant was stunned. Can't he escape from the palm of this guy's hand? Lin Tian's figure moved and disappeared in place again, appearing on the bed holding the Nangong servant. Just now, with a palm, he naturally regained his strength. Such a beautiful Nangong servant didn't have time to feel pain. How can she suffer any harm? As for the sudden appearance next to the Nangong servant just now, it was an invincible body technique he obtained from the system reward. Amazing steps. As graceful as a startled swan, as graceful as a wandering dragon. Phantom appears, nowhere to be found. The Nangong servant's face was flushed with eggs. That big hand is not honest again. If you have the ability now, bully me. The clear and pleasant voice of the southern palace servants rang out. Lin Tian stared at each other with a pair of eyes. Linglong Dyson and Hongdo, deep in longing, do you know? Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving system rewards. A pair of golden waists. Add 1,000 points to the charm of women. The Nangong servant in his arms listened to this poem. Heart warm, infinite tenderness. Since I'm in love, why don't you come to me? I also miss you very much. The southern palace servant is no longer looking cold. At this moment, it looks like a little girl. Lin Tian lifted the opponent's tender white chin with his right hand. From now on, at the ends of the earth, from ancient times to the present, we will never be separated again. Speaking, Lin Tian kissed him. Not for a while. The room was filled with noise. Time slowly passes by. A ray of early sun climbs up to the east. Another new day. In the room. The Nangong servants are still asleep. Lin Tian didn't disturb either. I tortured this girl enough yesterday. The golden waist arrived at the right time. However, Lin Tian didn't have any free time either. An ancient poem recited in a low voice. Rewards keep exploding in my ears. The joy on Lin Tian's face was almost uncontrollable. This hanging thing is against the sky. In 3 days, I will be invincible. At noon. Lin Tian, the 2 servants of the southern palace, came outside for a rare opportunity to breathe air. Originally, Lin Tian was very unwilling. Full of enthusiasm. Nangong servant cannot withstand it. On the square. The Nangong servant snuggled up in Lin Tian's arms, with a strong sense of affection. Do you know why I came to see you? The Nangong servant asked softly, with a gentle expression on his face. Lin Tian's eyes flickered. The appearance of the dragon-slaying sword and the heavenly sword will lead to another catastrophe in the martial arts world, and our Wudang sect will naturally not ignore anything. Are you afraid that I will die outside if my strength is too low? To protect me, Wudang Mountain is a great sect in the world, and my master Zhang Sanfeng is even more benevolent and kind. If you don't see any turmoil in the martial arts world, you will definitely intervene. The southern palace servant is clever in ice and snow, so one can naturally think of it. Listen to Lin Tian's words. The Nangong servant blinked his eyes and stared at Lin Tian. This guy is really smart, he can even guess his own thoughts. Huh, you and I are smart, right? We both know the root and the bottom now. The Nangong servant raised his eyebrows, feeling that this sentence was not right. Immediately after, his face turned red. Pooh, you're such a rascal. Lin Tian laughed heartily, feeling incredibly happy. The system was bound and rewarded against the heavens. Now accompanied by unparalleled beauties. Life has simply reached its climax. I am in a good mood. If you don't see, the water of the yellow river rises from the sky and flows to the sea without returning. If you don't see, the bright mirror in the high hall will mourn the white hair, and the morning will be like green silk, and the evening will turn into snow. Life is full of joy, do not let the golden cup empty against the moon. I am born with a natural talent that will be useful. Even if 1,000 pieces of gold are scattered, they will come back again. Lin Tian.Zhang sang loudly, sending this moving poem from ancient to modern times. Ding, congratulations to the host for reciting a poem and receiving the reward. Sword of the River. As the system prompt sounds down. In the sky above the square. A large river emerges, collapsing endlessly and continuously. An endless river, carrying the supreme sword spirit, appears in the air on Wudong Mountain. At this moment, the entire Wudong Mountain was startled. On the square. The southern palace servant's eyes widened, and on one cheek, there was shock. The sword intent emanating from one's own man echoes the long river of sword intent in the sky. New books require collection, flowers, evaluation tickets, tips, monthly tickets, and all data. Thank you for your support. Mamoda.